Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron just came out. I watched it twice the other night, and let's just have a quick review and talk about this amazing movie. What's banging, Cosplay Mafia, TDragon here, and today we're going to talk about Avengers Age of Ultron. First off, I'm going to do a non-spoiler review, but then we'll get into the spoiler part some way midway through. To start it off, this is a spectacular movie to me. I enjoyed it very much. Avengers Age of Ultron follows the story plot of Ultron, and he's like a cyborg robot thing, and you fight him with Avengers. This movie is jam-packed with a whole bunch of action, and it's amazing. From start to finish, it's just bang, 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 bang. Just juggling so many characters and doing this all at once is so much to take in, and it's incredible that they do it and they do it right to where they can have all these characters with different actions in a battle scene and all of them come back together and have a continuing storytelling plot. And it's hilarious. This movie is a fun time. You can go there with your family, you can go there alone, you can go there with your best bros, and you can just watch it and have a few good laughs every time. I've seen it twice and it got me laughing both times. It's like when you're watching Guardians of the Galaxy. Those jokes are so good they live and they can keep on being funny and witty. You get to spend a lot of time with all the Avengers in the movie and have their own personal story plot. And specifically Hawkeye got the main focus in this movie, and I dig that because whenever I used to play that Avengers game back on the Super Nintendo, Hawkeye would be the one I always picked with the purple Hawkeye stuff. A bow and arrow against robots. What's not to like? And lastly, for this non-spoiler part of this review, is that this movie sets up a lot for the future movies. In fact, watching it, it kind of felt like watching a hype trailer for the movies to come, and it's not a bad thing because they did it right and it didn't ruin any of the story. If anything, it just kept on building up. So like, we're like in the middle of the mountain right now, the second Avengers, and right here the third one is gonna be where things explode and it's gonna be beautiful. Ultron in this movie was great. He had lots of personality that I really didn't see coming, and he was just a cool robot. I think he's one of the best robot villains I've seen in a movie. You have robots like the Terminator, iRobot, Wall-E. I like how Age of Ultron did their own thing with Ultron, gave him his little spice and flavor, and made him into a supervillain that's ready for action. That's it for the non-spoiler part, so let's begin the spoiler part, because this is when we can get down and gritty with the grimy goodness that is this movie. Let's go. Now in this movie, there's a lot of things being set up as far as the Civil War with Captain America, Thor's Ragnarok, but mostly the biggest thing is Thanos in the Infinity War with the Infinity Gauntlet. Yes! We start off with Loki's Spectre, and apparently inside of that little orb thing is one of the Infinity Stones, which they use to create Vision, which is his own sentient being, and he's basically the opposite of what Ultron is. And so watching this movie was very much like watching a hype trailer for Thanos and the Infinity Gauntlet and that whole movie, which is gonna be the third Avengers, and I am so excited for it. And I feel like it's a beautiful thing because this movie, well, even with all those premonitions, foreshadow of future movies that's coming, it still stands alone and does an amazing job at being an Avengers movie in itself with all these different characters. You have Iron Man, the Hulk being crazy scientists and making sentient, knowing beings, which is insane. Black Widow and the Hulk apparently having a thing. Captain America being the cool old school hero. And Thor doing his hammer thing, going into water, being shirtless, premonitions of future, blah blah. Thor. And so they had all those things going on with each character. Then you have Ultron himself, which is the plot of the movie, the enemy, and the creation of Vision, which I have to say, I love Vision. Like, whenever Vision popped up in the movie went from good to great, and I was like, oh my goodness, who is this guy? And I'm pretty sure everybody that watched the movie, that was a big shock moment because you're already 2/3 of the way done with the movie, having to introduce a really awesome, amazing hero, which is able to hold Thor's hammer. He can fly, he can put his arms through things and tear them apart. If this hero was an enemy, he'd be pretty much top-notch toughness. One complaint about this movie though, I did feel like there was a lot of things that were cut out because of the time constraint for how long a movie can be at the theater. And so you can really see that whenever you're watching that movie, where lots of things seem like they kind of cut quickly and end abruptly, and you're just kind of like, oh hey, I guess you could do this because it's a movie and we're at the theater. But you know, whenever the DVD comes out, I'm sure there's going to be a director's cut of this film, and I want to see that, and I want to see these scenes scenes fleshed out the way they were supposed to be. But yeah, that's one of my only complaints about this film, which is things kind of feel like they're going too fast. But what can you do with so many characters and so many things that need to be expressed in one movie? We're exploring lots of new things in this movie versus the last film. We have Ultron coming up, Vision out of nowhere, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. Now in the first Avengers movie, Loki is cool and everything. I think he's an amazing villain. He's a very cool character. The actor is amazing. But like, I've seen him in 2 Thor movies. I've seen him in the first Avengers movie. I've already seen him so many times. I already know what he does. Exploring these new characters, these new storylines, that's what intrigues me even better, because this is new turf, new territory, and I feel like for every sequel movie, that is something that is appreciated. And if they do it right, it feels good. If they do it wrong, it's not good. But they did it good. Another main part in this movie is Hawkeye and them being very focused on him, and the fact that he didn't die after they showed all these things is a good twist. In fact, what actually happened is Quicksilver died in his place, seemingly. You see these scenes with Quicksilver, and it foreshadows that he might die. For example, in the final fight, whenever he comes and picks up Scarlet Witch, and Hawkeye is there, and Hawkeye's like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna shoot you in the neck, and no one's gonna notice. And basically, Hawkeye admitting that he wants to kill the guy. It's crazy that literally like 10 minutes later, he dies. But the big question for me is Quicksilver actually dead? The last time the movie actually shows Quicksilver was when Hawkeye's bring him onto the plane and he's laying right next to him. And I mean, they're both kind of wiped out. They're just laying there. I don't know it's for sure dead, but they have the body. If you watch after that, there is no like grave scene or no like put in the stone that he's dead for sure. In fact, what we do see on the carrier is Dr. Cho, aka Claudia Kim, walk by. And this girl is at the beginning of the movie whenever Hawkeye gets burned on the side from the first battle. She is the one who can heal that with her machinery and her technology. Not saying that they're gonna do this to Quicksilver, but they probably will, because at the end, whenever Captain America summoning up the second team for the Avengers, you see Scarlet Witch showing up and her flying in like, I'm part of the Avengers now, and she's not too irritated. Or like, I would think if her brother just died, she'd be like out of commission. She's like, there's no point in living, what am I even doing? But no, she is not like that. She's kind of calm and she's like, yeah, I'm part of this team. So yeah, it's kind of up in the air. I feel like he's still alive because this is a superhero movie. This is Marvel. Come on, no one dies officially and doesn't come back, especially if they have such a strong like character development where like people like the guy, because I actually really liked him. With the second watch, having it become a better movie and understanding more, I think that makes it amazing. It's the same thing with Guardians of the Galaxy when I saw that movie multiple times, and it's just good cinema. Joss Whedon is just doing it right. Overall, this movie is great. You have to see it. If you haven't seen it, it's a must see. This is an amazing sequel to the first Avenger film, and I love seeing and feeling that dynamic of reading a comic book but feeling it like it's real and seeing it on cinema. You're seeing it in Winter Soldier, you're seeing it in Guardians of the Galaxy, you're seeing it in Daredevil, you're seeing it in this. And like I said earlier, the hype train has not stopped. The third Avengers movie is gonna come out, and this movie did an amazing job at building that up. And so, yeah, who's excited? I'm excited. Let's just go. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know who was your favorite character this time around in the Avengers Age of Ultron. Personally, mine was Vision. He was just awesome sauce, and he even picked up Thor's hammer like it was nothing. You can watch my other rant videos on the side, my music videos over here. If you want to see more, subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It helps a lot. Like always guys, stay beautiful, stop hate, make love. In Earth, Water, Fire, Air, I declare, pinky swear.